Do this and people will respect you immediately. Command respect. Modern Stoicism. We've all had those moments where someone tries to undermine us. Maybe it's a snide remark, a subtle insult, or outright criticism that leaves us feeling disrespected and unsure of how to respond. It's frustrating, isn't it? But what if those moments could become your greatest advantage? What if you could turn them into opportunities to grow stronger, stand taller, and command respect instantly? This is where modern Stoicism comes in. At Stoic Secrets, we believe that respect isn't something you demand. It's something you earn through your calm presence, consistent actions, and emotional mastery. In today's video, I'm going to share powerful Stoic principles that will help you handle these situations with grace and authority. By the end, you'll see how to stop chasing validation and start commanding respect effortlessly, no matter where you are in life. Building respect through action. Number 1. First impressions. First impressions are the foundation upon which others form their perceptions of us, influencing how we are respected and valued in both personal and professional spheres. These initial moments are crucial because they often determine the tone and trajectory of future interactions. Whether you're meeting someone for the first time at a networking event, sitting across from an interviewer, or greeting a new acquaintance socially, how you carry yourself speaks volumes about your character, self-worth, and confidence. Modern Stoicism teaches us that the respect we earn from others begins with the respect we show ourselves. This principle is reflected in simple, deliberate actions: standing up to greet someone, making direct eye contact, or offering a firm handshake. While these gestures may seem small, they are immensely powerful in silently communicating self-respect, attentiveness, and a genuine regard for others. In the workplace, these behaviors take on even greater significance. Your demeanor, your posture, attentiveness, and the way you communicate creates a ripple effect that sets the tone for how others interact with you. When you show respect, you invite respect in return. A story from my experience highlights this principle vividly. At a professional seminar, one participant stood out, not because of flashy presentations or grand gestures, but through his consistent demonstration of respect and presence. Whether he was thanking the staff, engaging in conversation, or offering a handshake, his quiet confidence shone through. His unwavering eye contact and composed posture drew others toward him effortlessly. On the other hand, another attendee, despite being equally skilled, failed to make eye contact or stand up when approached. His demeanor unintentionally conveyed disinterest, which resulted in fewer people engaging with him. This contrast illustrates how seemingly minor actions can significantly impact how others perceive and respect us. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." The way we carry ourselves is a reflection of who we are and the values we live by. Beyond professional settings, these principles are equally relevant in everyday life. In a world increasingly dominated by distractions, genuine human connection can feel rare. By being present and intentional in how we engage with others, we differentiate ourselves in meaningful ways. For instance, showing attentiveness in a conversation, putting aside your phone, actively listening, and responding thoughtfully demonstrates respect and presence. These actions may not be grand, but they are memorable. Modern Stoicism emphasizes that our actions should align with our values, ensuring that our behavior is a true reflection of our inner integrity. When we consciously adopt behaviors that exude respect, we set a standard for how we wish to be treated while inspiring others to do the same. It's also important to recognize that first impressions are not about perfection or impressing others with superficial charm. Instead, they are about authenticity, consistency, and a genuine effort to connect meaningfully. The Stoics remind us that we cannot control how others react to us, but we can control how we present ourselves. Epictetus wisely observed, "You are not responsible for the actions of others, only for your own." By focusing on what we can control, our demeanor, gestures, and attentiveness, we ensure that the impression we leave is rooted in respect and authenticity. In modern life, where interactions often feel rushed or transactional, taking the time to consciously practice these principles can set us apart. First impressions are an opportunity not only to convey confidence, but also to establish a sense of trust and openness. Modern Stoicism teaches us to approach these moments with intentionality, ensuring our external actions are a mirror of our internal values. This alignment between action and character fosters meaningful connections and leaves a lasting impression of respect, integrity, and confidence. By mastering these simple yet profound habits, we can navigate our relationships with greater purpose and earn the respect of others naturally and immediately. Number 2. Handling interruptions. Handling interruptions is something we all encounter regularly, whether during a meaningful conversation, a high-stakes meeting, or even casual discussions with friends or colleagues. It's natural to feel a wave of frustration or even disrespect when someone cuts us off mid-thought. After all, we all want to be heard and understood. However, Stoicism offers a timeless perspective that can transform these moments into opportunities for growth and self-mastery. The essence of Stoic wisdom lies in understanding that while we cannot control others' behavior, we hold immense power over how we choose to respond. This shift in perspective is not just empowering, it's a pathway to commanding respect almost effortlessly. Picture yourself speaking passionately about an idea, only to be interrupted abruptly. Your first instinct might be to retaliate, perhaps raising your voice, asserting your point, or even silencing the interrupter. While these reactions might feel gratifying in the heat of the moment, they often escalate tensions and leave a lasting impression of impatience or insecurity. Instead, consider pausing, taking a deep breath, and allowing a moment of silence to settle. That act of composed restraint carries a profound message. You are in control, and your confidence isn't swayed by anyone's actions. A calm, silent response often speaks louder than an emotional outburst ever could. Let me illustrate this with a personal example. During a family dinner, I was recounting a heartfelt story when a relative suddenly interrupted, completely diverting the conversation. A flicker of annoyance arose, an urge to reclaim my voice immediately, but instead of reacting impulsively, I paused, made direct eye contact, and simply waited in silence. That pause shifted the dynamics in the room. My relative quickly realized their error and stopped speaking. Without uttering a word of reprimand, I regained the floor and, more importantly, reinforced my self-respect. That moment wasn't just about maintaining composure. It was a deliberate practice of setting the tone for how I expect to be treated. Now, let's consider how this principle applies to modern scenarios. Imagine you're in a critical work meeting, sharing ideas that you've meticulously prepared, and a colleague repeatedly interrupts you. Snapping at them or demanding your turn might feel justifiable, but such reactions can diminish your credibility. Instead, take a measured pause, let the room absorb the interruption, and then calmly continue when the moment is right. This approach not only diffuses potential conflict, but also signals a quiet strength and professionalism. It demonstrates that you are unshaken by disruptions and in full command of yourself, a quality that naturally garners respect. Stoic secrets teach us that interruptions are not just annoyances, they are tests of our character and self-control. When we view them this way, they become opportunities to practice virtues like patience, humility, and fortitude. How often do we let others' actions dictate our emotional state? And how much better could we navigate these moments by choosing to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively? Every interruption offers a chance to demonstrate our inner strength and elevate our presence. This ability to pause and reflect before responding is one of the most effective ways to earn respect in any situation. It's not about suppressing yourself or letting others walk over you. It's about showing that your sense of self-worth is unwavering. Whether you're interrupted in a conversation, critiqued in a meeting, or facing small disruptions at home, your calm response is a powerful testament to your inner stability. Ask yourself this: what do your reactions reveal about your character? Could you project more confidence and strength by choosing silence and composure over quick retaliation? True authority isn't loud. It's steady, measured, and intentional. The next time you're interrupted, try this simple exercise. Pause, breathe deeply, and let your silence communicate your steadiness. Watch how the dynamic shifts. People respect those who embody self-control because it's a rare quality in a world filled with impulsive reactions. By embracing these Stoic principles, you not only navigate interruptions with grace, but also inspire those around you to reflect on their behavior. The lesson is clear: when you control your response, you control the outcome. Interruptions are an inevitable part of life, but they don't have to disrupt your peace or diminish your dignity. In fact, they can be the perfect stage to showcase the strength of your character and the depth of your self-mastery. Number 3, humility. Let's talk about a virtue that many misunderstand in today's world: humility. You might think of humility as a weakness or as putting yourself down, but in truth, it's one of the most profound strengths you can cultivate. Humility, in the eyes of modern Stoicism, is about staying grounded, understanding your limitations, and embracing imperfection without letting it undermine your self-worth. It's not about shrinking yourself. It's about recognizing that real power comes from within, not from how others perceive you. Have you ever faced criticism or ridicule and felt the urge to lash out or defend yourself? What if instead of reacting, you paused, listened, and reflected? That's humility in action, a quiet confidence that doesn't need to prove itself to anyone. The Stoics believed humility to be the foundation of wisdom. Epictetus once said, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, 'He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone.'" This is not about self-deprecation, but about owning your imperfections without shame. It's an acknowledgement that no one is perfect. Not you, not me, not the person offering the criticism. When you embrace this mindset, you don't just accept feedback, you grow from it. You take the sting out of judgment and turn it into fuel for self-improvement. Think about a time when someone offered you feedback that was hard to hear. Did you immediately get defensive? What might have changed if, instead, you saw it as an opportunity to learn and evolve? Humility gives you the strength to do just that. It allows you to accept feedback, even when it's poorly delivered, with grace. It reminds you that your value isn't tethered to external opinions, but to your commitment to becoming better each day. This doesn't mean you have to agree with every piece of criticism, but it does mean you can listen, evaluate, and decide how to use it without letting your ego get in the way. When you practice humility, you create an inner strength that commands respect without demanding it. People naturally respect those who are secure enough in themselves to admit when they're wrong or to acknowledge someone else's wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wrote, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone." The harm is to persist in one's own self-deception and ignorance. Can you see how this kind of humility can transform not only your relationships with others, but also your relationship with yourself? Humility isn't about forfeiting your dignity, it's about strengthening it. When you let go of the need for constant praise or validation, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters: your values, your growth, and your integrity. This kind of strength can make you a better leader, a better friend, and a better partner. Imagine how your interactions might change if you approach them with humility. What kind of impact could you have on the people around you? And what kind of respect might you command just by being authentically yourself? Modern Stoicism teaches us that humility is a superpower in disguise. It allows us to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and composure. When you accept that you don't have to have all the answers, you open yourself to learning, adapting, and growing in ways that will inspire and earn respect from others. So the next time you face criticism, resist the urge to react defensively. Instead, lean into humility. Reflect on what was said, evaluate it with a calm mind, and decide how to move forward in alignment with your principles. By embodying humility, you show that your worth isn't dictated by external opinions. It's rooted in your own growth and self-respect. You cultivate deeper relationships because people sense they can trust and respect someone who isn't consumed by ego. And most importantly, you demonstrate a strength that isn't loud or boastful, but quiet and unshakable. So, ask yourself, how can you practice humility today? What feedback or challenge can you face with grace and wisdom instead of defensiveness? In doing so, you will not only grow but inspire others to respect the strength you carry within. To join our community, we want to hear from you. Comment below with, "Humility is my strength," if you believe in the quiet power of staying grounded and embracing growth through feedback. Your engagement helps us build a supportive space where we can share wisdom, practice humility, and inspire each other to grow in strength and respect. Let's grow together in alignment with the principles of modern Stoicism. Number 4. Dealing with shame. Shame is one of the most potent emotions we encounter, capable of shaking our confidence and clouding our judgment. At first glance, it might seem like something we should evade entirely. Yet, Stoic philosophy offers a different lens through which to view it. The Stoics distinguish between healthy shame and unhealthy shame, each serving a different role in our lives. Healthy shame acts as a moral compass, nudging us back toward our values when we stray, much like a lighthouse guiding a ship safely to shore. It reminds us of our principles and encourages us to live in alignment with them. On the other hand, unhealthy shame arises from the judgment of others, often rooted in societal expectations or superficial critiques. This type of shame can stifle personal growth, distort our sense of self, and bind us to a fear of external opinion. Instead of succumbing to the weight of unhealthy shame, Stoicism invites us to see it as an opportunity for reflection and growth. When faced with the sting of criticism or humiliation, it is natural to feel the emotional pangs of shame. We must reclaim control over our responses by reframing these moments of discomfort. Rather than wallowing in self-pity or indignation, we can ask ourselves empowering questions like, what lesson lies in this experience? And how can I use this to grow stronger? Imagine you are publicly criticized for a mistake at work, an uncomfortable scenario, no doubt. While unhealthy shame might urge you to retreat in embarrassment, Healthy shame can serve as a mentor, pushing you to examine the situation objectively, correct your error, and move forward with greater resolve. This ability to transform a painful moment into a learning experience not only strengthens your character, but also showcases emotional resilience, earning the respect of those around you. The Stoics teach us that the judgment of others holds no true power over our inner peace unless we permit it. Epictetus famously remarked, "If you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. Seek only the approval of your inner self." When we internalize this wisdom, we shift our focus away from external validation and toward our intrinsic values. By doing so, we create a firm foundation that enables us to confront shame gracefully and use it as a stepping stone to self-betterment. Every instance of public criticism, personal failure, or awkward misstep is a chance to build a stronger, more grounded version of ourselves. In modern life, where social media and public scrutiny magnify every misstep, the ability to handle shame with poise is a rare and admirable quality. By mastering the Stoic secrets of viewing shame as a tool for personal growth, we cultivate an unshakable sense of self. This does not mean we become impervious to criticism, but rather that we learn to interpret it constructively, filtering out what is irrelevant and focusing on what truly matters. Imagine someone you admire, perhaps a mentor or a leader who embodies resilience. Chances are, their ability to remain composed and turn challenges into triumphs stems from a mindset rooted in growth rather than fear of judgment. By embracing the lessons shame offers and refusing to be imprisoned by it, we embody the principles of modern Stoicism. This not only fortifies our character, but also earns the respect of others who admire our grace under pressure. As Seneca noted, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Let shame be your friction, a necessary part of shaping the resilient, respected individual you aspire to be. This process, though challenging, enriches our understanding of ourselves and our values, demonstrating that even the heaviest burdens can be transformed into the foundation of a stronger self. By carrying these Stoic secrets into your daily life, you'll command respect through wisdom, humility, and enduring strength. Number 5. Indifference to external events. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the concept of distinguishing between what is within our control and what is not, a principle that holds immense relevance in modern life. External events, such as the opinions of others, unexpected disruptions, or unfavorable circumstances, lie beyond our influence, yet our reactions to them remain entirely within our power. Modern Stoicism urges us to practice indifference to these external factors, not as a form of apathy, but as a conscious choice to protect our inner peace and emotional well-being. When we focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and emotions, we empower ourselves to face life's challenges with grace and resilience. For instance, consider a situation where someone offers unwarranted criticism or an unforeseen obstacle derails your carefully laid plans. While the instinctive reaction might be frustration or defensiveness, the Stoic approach reminds us that these events are merely external occurrences, incapable of defining our worth or happiness. Instead, we can choose our response, turning these moments into opportunities for demonstrating composure and strength. Practically speaking, this philosophy can transform how we navigate daily life. Suppose a colleague makes a disparaging remark about your work. Instead of allowing their comment to unsettle you, adopting Stoic indifference enables you to remain calm and grounded, focusing instead on your effort and principles. Similarly, when plans go awry, whether it's a delayed flight, a missed deadline, or an uncooperative team member, you can draw upon this mindset to maintain equilibrium, adapting your actions without succumbing to anger or despair. As Epictetus wisely observed, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This practice of emotional mastery not only safeguards your mental clarity, but also sets a powerful example for those around you. People are naturally drawn to individuals who exhibit unwavering calm and self-control, as it signals a depth of character and emotional intelligence that commands respect. In modern society, where external pressures are relentless, be it through the demands of work, social media, or interpersonal relationships, embracing this Stoic principle is more vital than ever. By prioritizing your values and focusing on internal stability, you rise above the chaos of external circumstances. This mindset doesn't mean you ignore problems or avoid addressing conflicts. Instead, it equips you to face them with poise and perspective. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this idea beautifully. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you internalize this teaching, it shifts your focus from being reactive to proactive, enabling you to live with intentionality and integrity. In a world where many struggle to manage stress and emotional turbulence, the ability to remain indifferent to external events stands out as a hallmark of true strength. Modern Stoicism encourages us to cultivate this mindset, not just as a tool for personal peace, but as a way to inspire respect and admiration from others. People respect those who maintain their composure under pressure, as it demonstrates a rare blend of discipline and self-awareness. By practicing indifference to what lies beyond our control, we not only gain mastery over our inner state, but also create a ripple effect that influences others to approach life with the same calm determination. In every challenge or criticism, you have the choice to either react impulsively or respond wisely. And in that choice lies your power to command respect and maintain your inner peace. Building respect through action not only earns admiration from others, but also creates a solid foundation for your self-esteem. Every deliberate step, no matter how small, plays a vital role in your journey toward personal growth and developing meaningful relationships. With the right mindset and purposeful actions, you can transform respect into a lasting value in your life. Stoic strategies to command respect. While Section A focuses on specific actions to earn respect, Section B delves into the philosophical strategies of modern Stoicism to sustain and strengthen that respect. These principles are not only practical, but also applicable to everyday situations, helping you achieve lasting admiration and respect. Keep watching to uncover the powerful Stoic strategies that will not only earn you immediate respect, but also help you maintain it in every aspect of life. Don't miss a single part. Number 1. The power of silence. Silence is a powerful yet often underestimated tool for commanding respect, and its roots lie deeply in Stoic philosophy. In today's world, where reactions are swift and emotions frequently drive words, silence stands out as an act of discipline and strength. Imagine this. Someone makes a rude or provocative comment directed at you. The natural reaction might be to snap back or defend yourself. But what if instead you chose silence? This isn't passivity, it's control. By remaining silent, you convey that your emotions aren't dictated by the actions of others, and that is a demonstration of inner strength. Silence allows you to step back, assess the situation, and maintain dignity, while others may falter in the heat of the moment. Stoic secrets remind us that choosing silence in the face of provocation is not about weakness, It's about showing that we value our peace over meaningless conflict. Let me share a modern story to bring this to life. A friend of mine, Sarah, works in a fast-paced corporate environment where colleagues often talk over each other to make a point in meetings. During a particularly heated discussion, someone rudely dismissed her idea in front of everyone. While others might have jumped to defend themselves or retaliated, Sarah chose silence. She calmly let the moment pass, waited for her turn to speak, and then presented her idea with clarity and confidence. Her silence in that initial moment didn't go unnoticed. The room quieted as people began to respect her calm composure, and when she finally spoke, her words carried more weight. That moment wasn't about surrendering, it was about showing that her value wasn't diminished by one rude comment. Her silence became her strength, and she commanded respect without a single angry word. In conversations, silence can also serve as a way to assert authority. Have you ever noticed how the most respected people often pause before they speak? That pause not only gives them time to think and ensure their words carry intention, but also commands the attention of others. By pausing, you signal that you're not rushing to react, but choosing to respond thoughtfully. It's a simple shift, but it can change how others perceive you entirely. Think about a time when you were in a heated argument or tense situation. Did you feel the urge to fill the silence with words, even if they weren't necessary? What if instead you had taken a breath, let the silence linger, and used that moment to regain control? Silence, in many ways, is a form of communication, one that reflects confidence, self-control, and wisdom. Conflict is another area where silence becomes invaluable. Stoic wisdom teaches us that not every battle is worth fighting, and silence often serves as a shield against unnecessary drama. When we refuse to engage in petty arguments or emotional outbursts, we're essentially protecting our peace and showing others that we operate on a higher plane of self-mastery. Ask yourself, how often have you said something in the heat of the moment only to regret it later? And how might things have been different if you had chosen to remain silent instead? Silence doesn't mean suppressing your voice. It means choosing the right moment to use it. This approach not only helps you maintain composure, but also earns the respect of those around you, who see you as someone who doesn't waste energy on trivial matters. So, what lessons can we take away from this? First, silence is a reflection of your inner strength and self-control. When you choose not to react impulsively, you send a powerful message that you are in charge of your emotions. Second, silence gives you space to think and respond with clarity, which makes your words more impactful when you do speak. Lastly, silence demonstrates wisdom and maturity, showing others that you don't feel the need to engage in every battle or fill every quiet moment with noise. Stoic secrets remind us that true authority doesn't come from speaking the loudest or the most. It comes from the ability to choose when to speak and when to remain silent. The next time you're faced with provocation, criticism, or conflict, remember the power of silence. Pause, breathe, and let your calm demeanor speak for itself. You'll find that people respect you not because you've demanded it, but because you've shown them what true self-mastery looks like. Silence, when used wisely, is not just a pause, it's a statement. Embrace it and watch how it transforms the way others see you and the way you see yourself. Number 2, remaining calm in conflict. Let's face it, conflict is a part of life. Whether it's a disagreement with a loved one or a heated moment at work, these situations will come and you can't avoid them. But here's the thing, what truly sets you apart, what truly commands respect, is how you respond. Modern Stoicism reminds us that we may not control the actions or words of others, but we have absolute control over our own reactions. So the question is, will you let your emotions control you, or will you master them? Imagine being in a tense situation where your first instinct is to raise your voice or snap back. What if, instead, you paused, took a deep breath, and responded with calmness and clarity? This isn't weakness, this is strength. When you stay calm in the face of conflict, you're exercising this very power. Think about it. When was the last time an emotional outburst actually resolved a conflict? More often than not, it only escalates things, making resolution harder to achieve. On the other hand, approaching conflict with a calm and composed mindset gives you the clarity to understand the situation, respond thoughtfully, and create space for resolution. This approach doesn't just help you solve problems, it earns you respect. People admire those who can keep their composure under pressure because it signals emotional intelligence, maturity, and self-control. Let's take a practical example. Say you're in a meeting and a colleague challenges your ideas in a way that feels dismissive or confrontational. Your ego might urge you to fire back, to defend yourself aggressively. But what if you chose a different path? What if you paused, listened carefully, and responded calmly, addressing the substance of their critique without letting emotions cloud your judgment? Not only would this approach make your argument more effective, but it would also demonstrate to everyone in the room that you are a leader, someone who prioritizes solutions over ego. How do you think that would change the way others perceive and respect you? Remaining calm in conflict is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending that nothing bothers you. It's about recognizing your emotions, acknowledging them, and choosing not to let them dictate your actions. This is what modern Stoicism teaches us. The ability to remain calm under pressure is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed with practice. When you encounter conflict, try to view it as an opportunity. What can you learn from this situation? How can you grow stronger by mastering your response? Seneca once said, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." In the same way, you can take the heat of conflict and use it to refine yourself, to become stronger, more composed, and more respected. Think about the impact this kind of calmness can have on your relationships. When you remain composed, you create a space where others feel heard and valued. You show them that you're not driven by ego or anger, but by a genuine desire to understand and resolve the issue. This approach not only resolves conflicts more effectively, but also strengthens your connections with others, building trust and respect. And it doesn't stop there. Your calm demeanor sets an example for those around you. It inspires them to approach challenges with the same level of grace and rationality. Staying calm in conflict is not just about earning respect from others. It's about respecting yourself. It's about choosing to act with integrity, even in the heat of the moment, and refusing to let external chaos disrupt your internal peace. So, the next time you find yourself in a conflict, ask yourself, what do I gain by reacting impulsively? And more importantly, what can I achieve by staying calm? The answer lies in the power of modern Stoicism. By mastering your reactions, you not only command respect, but also cultivate a life of greater clarity, influence, and strength. Number 3. Assertiveness without words. True assertiveness is not always about speaking loudly or dominating conversations. Often, it is about the quiet power of presence. In the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, actions speak louder than words, and non-verbal communication can express strength and confidence without uttering a syllable. This principle is rooted in the idea that self-assurance radiates naturally through our demeanor when we carry ourselves with dignity. Consider the subtle yet profound impact of standing tall with an upright posture. maintaining steady eye contact, or offering a firm handshake. These actions project self-respect and confidence, creating an unspoken understanding that you value yourself and expect others to do the same. Marcus Aurelius encapsulated this idea when he said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." By embodying composure and poise, you communicate your worth more effectively than words ever could. In practical terms, walking into a meeting or social gathering with calm assertiveness can set the tone for how others perceive and interact with you. Without needing to raise your voice or dominate the conversation, your presence alone commands attention and respect. For example, imagine entering a room where tensions are high. By maintaining an unshaken and composed demeanor, you subtly signal leadership and control, influencing the atmosphere without resorting to conflict or defensiveness. The Stoics believed in this kind of restraint, emphasizing the power of silent strength. As Epictetus remarked, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle reminds us that our reactions, even silent ones, reveal our character. One of the most valuable aspects of nonverbal assertiveness is its ability to prevent unnecessary conflict. When faced with criticism, aggression, or challenging situations, remaining calm and collected speaks volumes about your emotional intelligence. Instead of engaging in defensive or confrontational behavior, your silence, coupled with confident body language, conveys that you are secure in your position and unaffected by provocation. This quiet strength disarms others and often diffuses potential tensions, earning their respect in the process. People are naturally drawn to those who exude this kind of composed confidence, as it signals both competence and self-control. In modern life, where communication often feels dominated by noise and oversharing, mastering non-verbal assertiveness is a Stoic secret that can set you apart. In a world where many seek validation through words, being someone who communicates value through actions creates a unique and lasting impression. Whether in professional settings, relationships, or everyday encounters, practicing this form of silent self-assurance demonstrates that you do not need external validation to feel worthy. Instead, your behavior consistently reflects the inner strength and self-respect that underpin true confidence. By adopting this approach, you embrace a timeless Stoic principle. Let your actions, rather than your words, prove your value. As Seneca wisely said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Similarly, it is not the person who demands respect with words, but the one who exudes it through actions who truly commands it. In a world that often prioritizes volume over substance, this quiet assertiveness becomes a powerful way to command respect immediately. Through this practice, you not only strengthen your character, but also cultivate a presence that others admire and respect, embodying the essence of modern Stoicism. This path, marked by grace and self-assurance, allows you to navigate life's challenges with dignity and leaves an indelible mark on those you encounter. You've just taken a powerful step toward mastering the art of silent assertiveness. Now, let's make it real. Leave a comment below with the phrase "strength in silent actions" to show us that you're embracing these Stoic principles in your life. By sharing, you're not just committing to this journey, you're inspiring others to join you. Remember, every small step you take toward commanding respect through composure and action moves you closer to embodying the wisdom of modern Stoicism. Keep going. Your transformation is already in motion. Number 4. Overcoming the fear of failure. Fear of failure is one of the most pervasive barriers to personal and professional growth, often holding us back from seizing opportunities and pursuing our dreams. It can paralyze us, causing hesitation and self-doubt. But modern Stoicism offers a transformative perspective on failure. The Stoics teach us that failure is not something to fear, but to embrace as an inevitable and invaluable aspect of life. They remind us that failure does not define our worth. Rather, it serves as a catalyst for growth, resilience, and self-discovery. By confronting our fear of failure head-on, we unlock the potential to learn, adapt, and emerge stronger from setbacks. For instance, when embarking on a new project or pursuing an ambitious goal, the fear of things not going as planned might loom large. Instead of succumbing to this fear, Stoicism urges us to focus on what we can control, the effort and process, while accepting that the outcome is often beyond our influence. As the philosopher Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." By reframing failure as a learning opportunity rather than a personal flaw, we empower ourselves to act boldly and purposefully. Failure, far from being a deterrent, offers unique lessons that success cannot. When plans fall apart or efforts fall short, we are presented with a chance to evaluate, refine, and grow in ways that would have been impossible otherwise. Take, for example, someone launching a business or starting a new career. The fear of rejection or financial loss might cause them to hesitate, yet every misstep along the way provides insights that refine their approach, strengthen their resolve, and clarify their vision. Modern Stoicism teaches us to welcome these moments as stepping stones, emphasizing that resilience is built not in the absence of failure, but in how we respond to it. Marcus Aurelius encapsulated this mindset perfectly when he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound truth reminds us that our failures are not obstacles, but the very means by which we grow and thrive. In today's fast-paced, outcome-driven world, this philosophy is particularly relevant. Many of us are conditioned to fear failure because of societal pressures to succeed, yet true respect and admiration come from those who dare to try, regardless of the outcome. A Stoic approach to failure liberates us from the need for external validation, allowing us to focus on the integrity of our efforts and the lessons we gain along the way. By internalizing this perspective, we no longer see failure as a source of shame, but as a badge of courage that signifies our willingness to take risks and push boundaries. Overcoming the fear of failure is about redefining our relationship with setbacks. It's about understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but an integral part of achieving it. Modern Stoicism encourages us to focus on our actions, which are within our control, rather than the outcomes, which are not. This shift in mindset frees us from the paralyzing grip of fear and inspires us to take bold actions, knowing that every stumble is an opportunity to rise stronger. In doing so, we not only grow personally, but also inspire those around us to approach challenges with courage and resilience. By adopting this Stoic mindset, we cultivate a life of purpose and determination, earning the respect of others and, more importantly, deepening our own sense of self-respect. Number 5. Small daily actions build respect. Respect is not something you earn in a single moment. It's a steady accumulation of small, consistent actions that reflect your character and values. Stoicism emphasizes the power of daily habits and integrity in shaping how others perceive you. It's not the grand gestures that define you, but the seemingly minor things, showing up on time, keeping your promises, and treating others with kindness and fairness. These simple acts demonstrate who you truly are. Think about it. How much trust and respect do you feel for someone who always follows through, no matter how small the task? Now imagine the same is true for you in the eyes of others. Take, for example, something as simple as thanking someone for their help. When you acknowledge another person's effort, It creates a ripple of mutual respect, showing that you value others' contributions. Stoic secrets teach us that our character is revealed not in moments of grandeur, but in these small, everyday decisions. They remind us that even when no one is watching, the integrity of our actions matters because they shape who we are. Let me share a modern story to bring this idea home. A colleague of mine, Mark, is known in our workplace as someone everyone respects. He's not the loudest voice in the room, nor does he seek attention, but his actions speak volumes. Whether it's replying promptly to emails, consistently delivering on his commitments, or taking a moment to ask how someone's day is going, he shows respect to everyone around him. Over time, these small acts have built an unshakable reputation for reliability and kindness. Recently, when a leadership role opened up, there was no surprise when Mark was chosen. His daily actions had built not only trust, but also admiration from the entire team. Mark didn't need to demand respect. He earned it quietly, one action at a time. This principle applies to all areas of life. Whether at home, at work, or with friends, your small daily actions create a narrative about who you are. Are you dependable, kind, and thoughtful? Or do you cut corners and make excuses? When you consistently act in alignment with your values, people notice, even if they don't say so immediately. Over time, these actions build a foundation of trust and respect that becomes unshakable. And here's an important question. How do your actions reflect your true character? What small things could you do today to earn respect from the people around you? Stoicism reminds us that the little things are never truly little. Each choice we make, no matter how small, adds to the larger picture of who we are. The lesson here is simple but profound. Respect is built brick by brick through your consistent efforts. It's not about being perfect, but about striving to act with integrity and kindness in all situations. Stoic secrets teach us that respect is rooted in the quiet, consistent efforts we make when no one is looking. It's in the thank you notes, the commitments kept, and the small gestures of kindness that show we value others. These moments reveal our true character and create a legacy of trust and respect. So, the next time you think about earning respect, focus not on grand gestures, but on the small actions you can take every single day. By doing so, you will not only command respect, but also inspire others to live with the same integrity and consistency that define a truly admirable life. Number 6. It's not personal. One of the most liberating principles of modern Stoicism is the realization that what others think, say, or do is rarely about us. People's opinions, whether positive or negative, are often shaped by their own experiences, beliefs, and biases. Their words and actions are reflections of their inner world, not a measure of our worth. But how often do we let a harsh comment or a passing judgment linger in our minds, causing unnecessary hurt? The Stoics teach us that this is a trap we don't have to fall into. Instead, we can step back, detach emotionally, and remind ourselves it's not personal. When you truly embrace this idea, you gain a kind of emotional freedom that many people spend their lives searching for. When someone criticizes you or speaks negatively about you, their opinion says far more about them than it does about you. What are they projecting? What unresolved issues or frustrations might they be dealing with? By understanding this, you can stop internalizing their words and start focusing on what really matters: your actions, your values, and how you choose to respond. Imagine being in a situation where someone unfairly criticizes your work. Your first instinct might be to feel defensive or hurt. But what if you paused and thought, this judgment doesn't define me, it's just their perspective? How much lighter would you feel if you didn't carry the emotional baggage of their words? This principle doesn't mean we ignore feedback altogether. Rather, we evaluate it calmly and objectively. Is there truth in what's being said, or is it simply noise? If there's a valuable lesson to learn, take it and grow. But if it's just negativity, let it pass without disrupting your peace. When you choose not to react impulsively or defensively to criticism, you show emotional resilience, a quality that naturally commands respect. People admire those who are unshaken by external opinions because it demonstrates a deep inner strength. Let's be honest, though, detaching from others' opinions isn't easy. It takes practice and self-awareness. Start by asking yourself, why does this person's opinion matter to me? Am I seeking their validation? And if so, why? The truth is, the need for external validation often stems from our own insecurities. But when we focus on our values and live with integrity, we realize that the only validation we truly need comes from within. Seneca said it best, "As long as you know what you're doing is right, do not be troubled by the judgment of others." Isn't that a liberating thought? When you live in alignment with your principles, you free yourself from the exhausting need to please everyone. By understanding that it's not personal, you also avoid the pitfalls of taking offense unnecessarily. How many conflicts in life could be avoided if we didn't interpret others' words or actions as direct attacks? When someone is rude or dismissive, it's often because they're dealing with their own struggles, not because they have a genuine issue with you. Keeping this perspective allows you to respond with empathy rather than frustration. Imagine the respect you'd command if, instead of reacting with anger, you calmly acknowledged their perspective and addressed the situation with composure. This kind of emotional intelligence sets you apart. Modern Stoicism emphasizes that detachment from others' judgments doesn't mean we stop caring about people. It means we stop letting their opinions control us. This emotional independence doesn't just make you more resilient, it also makes you a source of inspiration. People respect those who remain grounded despite external pressures because it shows a level of self-mastery that is rare and admirable. Ask yourself, how much time and energy do I spend worrying about what others think? What would change if I redirected that energy toward living a life that aligns with my own values? When you let go of taking things personally, you create space for inner peace and clarity. You become less reactive, more thoughtful, and ultimately more respected. This mindset allows you to focus on what you can control, your actions, your responses, and your character. As you practice this principle, you'll find that criticism no longer stings the way it once did, and external judgments lose their power over you. In the end, by embodying the Stoic wisdom of detachment, you cultivate a strength that not only enhances your own life, but also earns the admiration and respect of those around you. So, how will you remind yourself today that it's not personal? How can you choose to focus on what truly matters and let the rest go? If you've made it this far, it's clear that you value staying calm and focusing on what truly matters. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts by saying, "I won't let others' opinions control me." How will you apply the principle of "it's not personal" in your daily life? I'd love to read your inspiring insights. Let's keep exploring the wisdom of modern Stoicism together, and I promise more thought-provoking content is on the way. Number 7. Self-discipline and control. Self-discipline stands at the core of Stoic philosophy, forming the foundation for mastering our emotions, actions, and reactions. It is the quiet strength that enables us to align our behavior with our values, regardless of the distractions or challenges we face. As Epictetus wisely observed, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This mastery begins with the ability to regulate our impulses, resisting the lure of short-term gratification to remain steadfast in pursuit of long-term goals. For instance, if you aim to improve your health, self-discipline requires resisting the comfort of unhealthy habits, even when they seem appealing. Instead, you choose to honor your commitments, understanding that every small, disciplined action contributes to the larger success you envision. This principle transcends physical health and extends to relationships, work, and personal development, where the practice of self-control not only fosters inner growth, but also earns the respect of those around you. The Stoic secrets to self-discipline lie in consistency and resilience. When we consciously choose actions that reflect our integrity, we demonstrate to ourselves and others that we are reliable, principled, and trustworthy. This consistency, even in the face of difficulty, sets us apart in a world often dominated by impulsiveness and instant gratification. Imagine a colleague who remains composed and solution-focused during a crisis, or a friend who, despite personal struggles, continues to uphold their commitments. Such individuals command admiration not because of grand gestures, but through their quiet reliability and self-mastery. As Seneca aptly noted, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This insight underscores the courage required to maintain discipline, as it challenges us to confront our habits and weaknesses head-on. Self-discipline also equips us to weather life's inevitable storms. By maintaining control over our emotions and responses, we build resilience, the capacity to remain unswayed by external chaos. This composure not only benefits our personal well-being, but also influences how others perceive us. A person who can navigate adversity without succumbing to anger, fear, or despair demonstrates a profound inner strength. In a modern world that often rewards instant gratification and reactive behavior, the ability to stay grounded and deliberate is a rare and valuable trait. When you embody this steadiness, others naturally look to you as a source of stability, and their respect for your character deepens. Moreover, self-discipline fosters an alignment between our actions and our values, ensuring that we live authentically. By consistently choosing what is right over what is easy, we cultivate integrity, a quality that others recognize and admire. For example, someone who consistently chooses to speak the truth, even when it is inconvenient, or who prioritizes ethical decisions over personal gain, stands out as a person of principle. In today's fast-paced, distraction-filled society, self-discipline offers a guiding light. It empowers us to prioritize what truly matters, avoid being consumed by fleeting desires, and remain unwavering in our pursuits. The practice of self-control is not just about personal achievements, but about demonstrating to others that you are someone they can rely on, admire, and trust. By mastering the Stoic secrets of discipline and control, you create a life characterized by purpose and strength, earning respect not through words, but through the consistency of your actions. Ultimately, this mastery allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace, leaving an enduring impression of resilience and integrity on those around you. As we've explored, modern Stoicism offers timeless strategies to command respect and live with purpose. By practicing calmness in the face of conflict, leading through action, and letting go of external judgments, we unlock the power to build a reputation rooted in strength, wisdom, and integrity. Respect, as the Stoics teach us, is not something to demand, but something to earn through consistent actions, emotional mastery, and staying true to our values. These Stoic secrets remind us that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and every moment of self-control is a step toward a more fulfilling life.